Number two. So this is basically DC Comics Zombies run. Marvel has a Marvel Zombies book. And the interesting thing about that book is actually created by Robert Kirkman. He wrote it anyway, the first volume. I don't know if he wrote the volumes that came after that, but the first run was written by him. So I always thought that was pretty interesting. This is kind of their zombies, except this is more of a 28 days later zombies, which is kind of their own spin on it. I do enjoy this run, which is ironic because Tom Taylor writes it. Tom Taylor is on the book, which is funny. But here's the thing. I had some insider information, and it turns out this is not Tom Taylor's story. This is somebody else's story, and I forget what their name was. I'd have to go find the DM. But the point is, Tom Taylor didn't even write this. It seems like at DC, like he has Injustice and he has DCeased. And there's two things that I've learned from this now. There's both stories, like he he writes it, but the world and the plot, none of that is his. And he's on a short leash. DC Comics keeps Tom Taylor on a short leash. It's like they know, okay, the dude can somewhat write, but if we take the chains off of him, he's going to put politics and agendas all over the book. So the editors, they keep him on a tight leash, I've noticed. Over at Marvel, there's no leash. Because the editors over at Marvel don't do anything. They do drugs or something, or they talk about Bernie Sanders all day. I don't know what they do over there. We know Alana Smith is busy policing people's political ideologies on Twitter. She's literally said on Twitter, if you voted Trump, we're going to remember, and you're not going to be working at Marvel Comics. And that's a high-level editor. They don't do anything over there. All they do is sit on Twitter all day. The editors at Marvel are pure garbage trash. It's one of the reasons that Marvel is in the toilet, and most of their comics are terrible. As for this, though, this is an interesting book, and I like the fact that right away, and I talked about this last time, the art's really good too. You get a lot of good stuff in this. So Damian and John Kent is... Damian is with the Superman family back when he still had a family before the Bendis plague, which is a nice touch of this book. You had Green Lantern turn into a zombie here, which was really cool. But the interesting concept about this book that I like a lot is that Batman is pretty much being taken off of the table right at the start. Like, this is issue 2 of 6. Batman had to fight off, as you can see on the cover. This is what happened in the last issue. Tim Drake, Barbara Gordon, and Dick Grayson all got turned into these 28 day later zombies, and they infected him. So he put himself in a freeze cold suit to slow it down, just so he could have long enough to contact Superman and say, "This is what you got to do," and you basically have to kill the carriers. That's all you can do, and you got to shut the internet down. That's all you can do. And Superman is like, Superman is with the Green Arrow and the new Green Lantern because Hal Jordan died from the zombie virus. And Batman's like, "Look, you got to do this." And they're like, "Look, can't you fix this? You know what to do." And he's like, "Nope, I can't. I don't know what to do." Or maybe my mind won't allow it because it wants it, because I'm turning into this rabid thing. And at the end of the issue, Alfred shoots him with a shotgun. It was pretty interesting. The thing that I like about this story and what makes it really interesting to me is Batman is always the guy that they go to get things fixed. He's the second smartest person in the DC universe. So anytime the superheroes have a problem, who do they call up? They go call Batman. Batman saves the day. Batman solves the problems. Now, what's interesting about this story is now Batman's gone. Batman is done. They don't have him. They can't rely on him. He's off the table. Now it's pretty much up to Superman and the rest of them to plan. And that's what makes this interesting, because this is the first time in a long time I can think of like them not relying on him as their kind of go-to card to fix a problem. And I think that alone makes this an interesting book, even though it's not original. This isn't an original story at all. But some of the ideas and the formula of an event with the Justice League is original, and that's kind of why I like it. So I will probably pick up the next issue. I have been digging this quite a bit. I'd like to see how they're going to get out of this, so we'll find out. But I am liking the idea behind this event. So Let me know what you think about it. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Check out the links in the description. I'll see you guys in the next one.